Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Davey's Analysis. In this episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. So, I received a DM saying, "Can you please VOD review my games? I got extremely close to qualifying to Elite." So, we're going to go over his worst games and see why he did not qualify for the Elite Cups. So, maybe he can qualify for the next time, and maybe you guys can learn something from his mistakes. But he did get extremely close, which is unfortunate. He was playing pretty consistent, but just had a few mess up games. So if you're not going to be getting the crazy amount of elims in the Challenger Cup, then you're going to have to play pretty perfect because they only had 70 points in elims. And if you look at, like, I don't know, let's just go to this team. See, they have 118 points and they qualified. So if you're going to play a lot more placement, you're going to have to be a lot more consistent, which is hard. But at the end of the day, this 11th is pretty rough and the 17th is rough. But this 12th, I think they were just keying to try and get into their last game. But yeah, we're going to go over their mistakes and maybe you can learn from their mistakes so you don't do the same thing and it will help you qualify for the Elite Cups yourself. So let's get right into the video, guys. Alright, so the loot right here is really good. One of them is running triple heal with the purple shotgun, and the other person is running double heal with the two pads. So their ammo is fine. They're doing really good on loot, so this should be a good game out of them. So let's just see what they do wrong. So I guess they're just going to settle with the pad. They definitely could have rotated in on foot. They did not need to pad this because the kids in front of them are going. They're chroming and it would probably be just a free run in, but or even if they want to run in a little bit, scout and then decide to low pad from there, that's fine, but I don't know. I don't think you have to pad here. Yeah, see, they could have what they're padding, this area that they're padding right now, this could have been an easy walk in or a run from them. They did not need to pad. But inexperienced players are going to do inexperienced things. They have solid loot. Like, they can definitely still do well this game. I'm going to see what goes wrong. So right now they're a little bit suffocated. They need to find a good pad spot. They should have been finding a pad spot earlier. Or if you're playing pads, maybe don't box on low ground. But this is fine though. They elevate, place the pad. Maybe build walls around the pad next time. I like landing in storm to reduce the chances that you'll get landed on yourself. Okay, they're looking at height. Okay, now they're just looking back for kills potentially. Okay, now there's a team on height. I feel like they possibly could have had height if they reacted soon enough and decided they wanted it earlier on, but they did not do that because there was no one on height front side right after they padded, so I'm pretty sure they had it. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure, see, no one's on height right now. If they recognized it earlier on to just land front with the pad and then crank up, they could easily have height and just win this game. But this team is going to land on them because they're not trying to really go for it or they're not high enough, something along those lines. So that team's probably going to have height and win the game or get close to winning, as you can see. But I feel like height right there would have been not a bad idea, but it is what it is. Alright, so we're going to get together and chug. Looking back. Alright, we're going to tack sprint over old builds. Really sketch. I would probably be placing a few cones right here maybe while tack sprinting. This is really sketch because you're running over a lot of old builds. Your teammate can easily be edited down, but it works out fine. Drop him mats. Now you're going to have to drop layers. You can't play second height, second moving because you want to work on refreshes. So it pulls max and it pulls back. Doing a really good job at getting front. Your teammate gets pumped in the back. Ooh. Alright, so I'm going to watch this rotate again one more time. But second moving, it appears that you try to get ahead early, which is really good. And you make a good pathway to get front. But your teammate is just not doing a great job at blocking off his back. And he's going to get punished for it. It's a big mistake that can cost your whole game. Your teammate's going to get out. You're going to... Ooh, you're just going to go down. Very close aim duel there, but unfortunately you're going to lose it. Probably, here's the thing. I know that it's really fast-paced and a little situational thing going on, but if your teammate's going to get out, then you need to get out with them instead of aim dueling because you would have just died to that guy's teammate, even if you kill that guy. So your teammate definitely tossed right there by not blocking off his back well enough. That is the reason you died. But also, if that scenario is going to happen, you guys need to be on the same page and both just get out probably is the best option for both of you. But your teammate should be blocking off his back way better on every single rotate that you lead. That is his job. Really unfortunate that a small mistake like that costed a game, but good kill right there. He has a lot of whites. He could take his time. I would have loved to see him play the whites later. Like maybe ride out an old build more, then play the whites instead of just running in storm. But he's doing a great job at clutching. But unfortunately, it's not enough. Okay, that's a really simple mistake that cost you your game. It seems like you knew what you were doing. You were getting front, second moving to try and play for refreshes, but your teammate just didn't block off your back and it costed you the game. But let's check out another game. All right, and this is another really unfortunate but simple mistake that costs your whole game. And a lot of times, just the simplest mistake will grief your whole entire game, and it could grief your entire tournament. So you guys are placement players, like I said. You aren't getting the crazy amount of kills that a lot of the people are getting in the top 20. So you guys have to be extremely consistent if you're going to play full placement every single game to qualify, which is fine. You guys definitely can qualify doing that because it shows that you guys are really good at getting consistent placements in end games from what I've seen from your match history, but it is a difficult way to be very consistent when things like this happen. So I like how you full build around you and then pad. That's really good. And this is the bad part though. So you start going into half and half, and I don't like the no, I like the idea of you trying to get in deep in this half and half zone. The reason I like you trying to get in deep is because everyone around here is not really focusing on you padding right now, so it's really free. And you decide you want to get in deeper in half and half, which is completely fine because you getting in deeper will make every single rotate you pull for first moving easier for you, if that makes sense. So any first moving you get won't be that difficult for you to manage if you land center. So that is fine. I like the idea of it. But if you hear other patters in the air and your teammate is staring at this guy trying to directly land on you for a good amount of time, then you have to have better awareness. And right when you land, you're sliding and you're not even like aware of the kids that are just directly landing on you. Like while you're in the air, you should be looking around because you hear other patters. You should be looking around, making sure that there isn't kids trying to land in your box like this kid. You just have to have better awareness here. It's as simple as that. Because what you can do to prevent this is just you see them trying to fight you, look around and make sure that you swerve somewhere else, either swerve to the left, swerve to the right, instantly box, expand if you have to, and then go from there. But instead, you slide, then you build the box. This kid's in your box. He hits you 150. Really good shot from him. And now your game is over. Just because your awareness wasn't the greatest in that particular moment. And now your teammate is left to solo clutch. And there's not much he can really do at this point because he is getting focused by the whole entire lobby. This duo knows that he's a solo, so there's not much he can really do. He has 7 builds after expanding, trying to live for that long. And then he gets pre-edited and his game is over. So yeah, just make sure that you have better awareness when you're hitting a pad like that, and you'll do a lot better this game for sure. Alright, so we watched 2 bad games from you guys, and it was just 2 small, simple mistakes, and I wish it was a lot more complicated because I can explain something to you that you'll actually learn more from, but those 2 things are just 2 minor mistakes that I saw that ruined your whole entire game. But let's actually watch a good game from you guys. So this is a 7 kill fifth. And the reason I want to watch this is because it's not a win. So you guys definitely messed up somewhere down the line in this end game. But it's still a good game from you guys for sure. Alright, I'm going to 4x from here. I like how aggressive you guys are playing for a potential kill on kids that have to rotate to you. You get a nice little mat refresh out of it. And you're doing the same thing. So we have one person running triple heal and then one person running 2 pads. That is fine, whatever your preference is. Some people like to run chrome, some people like to run pads. It's whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you're good with. So, alright, we pad first moving. We get all the way front with it. I love how we land in storm to make sure that we're safe. I'm just gonna drone free and see if height is an option. Okay, it's not because you were the first people to pad. If you guys were the last people to pad, it's definitely an option. Or one of the people that are padding towards the end, it's definitely an option. But since you padded first, I don't mind you not trying to look for height or go for height. That makes complete sense. You're gonna pad again. This pad is pretty early. Okay, you choose to land down here. Also want to see if height was an option once again. Okay, it definitely wasn't. So that's good that you didn't land on it. I definitely think you could have padded a little bit later. I think you used the pad quite early. But you land on a lower layer, but you allow yourself to get suffocated, which I don't like. I feel like if you see it pulls up a hill, you need to land elevated, or you need to elevate instantly if you're going to land down here. But now you're suffocated, which I don't like. Because if it pulls max and it pulls up this hill, you could easily get griefed. Okay, I love how you're making an effort to elevate before it starts pulling. Very smart. Pulls back down, which is fortunate, but this was a really good little recovery to get back up the hill just in case it pulls up. Alright, I like how you're... Ooh. I liked how you scouted before the tack sprint, but the thing is, when you tack sprint middle of the moving zone and you're just jumping in the air, you're gonna get pumped. That's just how it is. If you watched my last video, it happened to me a lot. And it's always because of the location. If you decide maybe to... Let me drone for you real quick. Maybe tack sprint on a side. So you're located right here right now. If you would have tack sprinted to the left over here on dead side, it's a lot less congested than just running in the middle right here, jumping up in the air while tack sprinting. You're going to get yourself pumped doing that. And that's what happened. But if you go to the left over here, there's two teams over here. It's dead side. You could cheap tarp a little bit too if you would like. You can elevate then drop down because it does pull down. If you would like to play for refreshes on a lower layer, that's fine. But just running through the middle is not good. I like scouting though. Scouting before a tack sprint is great, but just don't run through the middle tack sprinting. It will get you killed most of the time. So you get pumped in the back. Now we're healing up. Your teammate's gonna lead. I like how he's making sure that you're right behind him, just playing slow to make sure that you don't die because you are 1 HP. You're getting caught backside, that's why you're getting griefed and getting pumped still. Your teammate needs to chug you. But now, you see how much mats this rotate costed you? This rotate costed you so many mats. You guys went from chilling to very shambles backside with not a lot of mats. So I can understand why this is a 5th place and not like a top 2. Good job leading right there. Got off of a congested layer to make sure that you can heal up. Very good refresh, by the way, from your teammate. Even though you were 1 HP, it really did work out for you guys. Now, this is definitely recoverable, since we did get a big mat refresh off that guy. As long as we stay front and play for a win condition, we should be fine. Also gonna need some more refreshes. Staggering, I don't like staggering here at all. You have 600 mass. If you claim a layer and get a big tarp going this late into the game, you're gonna get so many kills. You can establish low ground. You can really get something going for yourselves if you burn the mats that you have here. There's no reason to really conserve 300 mats each. I feel like you start burning these mats to gain more mats and to gain more kills, to gain more refreshes, and then you can definitely win this game. But you guys sitting in 2 wooden boxes staggering this long for nothing, I don't like that whatsoever. So we tack sprint to the right. We see a solo we're trying to get jumped in on. You get pumped in your back for a little bit. I feel like establishing a tarp right here is really good, rather than sitting in a couple wooden boxes and just tack sprinting. I don't like that. Because the more space you have to work with, the more potential kills you can get. But it's a lot harder to get kills when you're sitting in 1 or 2 wooden box trying to sprint over old builds. We see a solo right here, so we're trying to jump in on him. Maybe we committed too hard for that kill. Now we have no mats. Tack sprinting and building one wood box won't work forever. Your teammate goes down, we'll watch it. It appears that you guys got split up. But you guys are playing like so passive for the guns that you have. This guy has a gold like burst. That thing melts people, bro. Just not playing aggressive enough with it, or not knowing how to play aggressive enough with it is probably the better saying for this. So he takes a 50 with the solo and dies. You guys have to be on the same page there. You either 50 them together or you leave together. Then you're gonna face through, probably accidentally, I hope, and then die, hit that kid 160. So this definitely could have been a better game from you guys if you guys would have had a little bit more teamwork, a little bit more in sync. But at the end of the day, I feel like you gotta stop tack sprinting and trying to conserve mats late in the game. Burn those mats, give yourself some space, and then just kill kids with all that space you have. So I'm happy I was able to actually critique your gameplay better in this end game compared to the other two because it was just small mistakes. But yeah, a lot to learn from this. Just make sure that you're conservative with your mats the first moving, maybe a little bit second, but you got to play for refreshes at some point and you got to give yourself a lot of space in the end games at some point to get kills. And then just make sure you guys are on the same page, you're in sync, and never tack sprint middle. Just jumping up like that is not smart. You will definitely get pumped and it griefs your second moving rotate. You had to burn a lot of mats, a lot of heals, and you guys got very lucky that you survived that second moving, all because you tack sprinted in a really bad spot. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this video helped you guys learn from your mistakes. Also, all the viewers that watch this video, try not to make the same mistakes they did so you can qualify for the Elite Cups. Make sure you drop a like and comment down below who I should VOD review next. You could DM me on Twitter and I might get back to you to VOD review your games for a future video, or VOD review your games privately. You can just DM me on Twitter and we can arrange that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and until the next one, guys, peace.